Now let's try and calculate the matrix of a 3 by 3 matrix. So a 3 by 3 case. So suppose I have C, which is 6, 2, 1, 9, 4, 0. Suppose this is it. And if it helps, always don't worry about it. Just write this down. So we have C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, and C33. It's not necessary that you write this down every time, but if it helps, you can always write it down. So now, once again, we want to calculate the determinant of C, and the process is the same. We're going to select any one row or any one column. And suppose I decide I'm going to pick this, the third column. If I do that, what I'm going to do is the elements first. I have, I have 1. And what I am going to do is I am going to ignore everything in this row and this column. So what I have left is 9, 4, 3, 2. Okay. I will explain what this means. Don't worry. Let us just construct the thing first. So remember, we are working with the third column. So 1, and then we have 0. And if we ignore everything in this row and column, we are left with 6, 2, 3, 2. Okay. And then we come to the third element, which is 7. And what happens, we ignore the row and the column. And what we are left with is 6, 2, 9, 4. Okay. And now the question of signs. So this one, this is this element, 1, 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So we put a plus here. This 0 is 2, 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So a minus here. And there will be a plus here. Okay. Now what we have to do is 1 multiplied by, this is a determinant. So notice we've learned how to calculate the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix here. So we just have to calculate the determinant of this once again. And so what that will give us is, keep making this mistake. What we are going to have is 9 times 2 plus or minus, I think it's minus 4 times 3 minus 0 times, well, whatever happens in here doesn't matter because we're multiplying it with 0, so there's 0, plus 7 times 6 times 4 minus 9 times 2. So if we do that, what we have is 18 minus 12 minus 0 plus 7, 24 minus 18, which gives us, so this becomes 6 minus 0 plus 42, which gives us 48. So therefore, determinant of C is 48. But suppose you didn't want to pick the third row. Let's try another one. Let's say you picked the first, or let's try with a row this time instead of a column. Suppose you picked the first row. Okay. So if you had picked the first row, let's try and calculate. Oh, I keep doing this. So determinant of C would be, so I mean, I'm not going to keep saying this over and over, guys, but remember that before I start solving any problem, if you want to, you can always pause the video and try and solve it yourself, and then come and see how I'm solving it. I mean, you always have that option. So maybe you can pause the video now and try and solve this yourself. But here's how I would do it. So 6, but what do we have here? 4027 minus 2, 9037 plus 1, 9432. I'm just going to recheck my work, make sure I've got this correctly. 4027, 9037, 1, 9432. Yeah, looks like I've got it. So this gives me 4 times 7 minus 2 times 0 minus 2, 9 times 7 minus 3 times 0 plus 1, 9 times 2 minus 4 times 3. So how much do I get here? 6 times 28, well, that's a big number. 2 times 63 plus 1 times 18 minus 12, 6. Okay. So how much do we get here? 120, 168 minus 126 plus 6. So, oh no, this is 6. So what we get 48. So as you guys can see, we had 48 before, we have 48 again. So effectively, we can pick any row or any column, but at the end of the day, if we've used the correct methodology, obviously, it's true for all maths, but if we use the correct methodology, we'll get the same answer. So once again, we've looked at one example. You guys can always just make up any random matrix, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, whatever you want it to be. It just have to be a square matrix, and then try and calculate its determinant. And when you're trying to calculate its determinant, try doing it with different rows, different columns, and make sure that you've got the, well, if your answer matches, that means you've got it correct. Okay, so this is it for our determinant discussion.